Audis to Porsches and BMWs. She looked at all of them and finally said, "The other cars are too flashy. I'll just get that Mercedes-Benz GLC you showed me earlier." I shook my head. "That car isn't even a million. A luxury car has to be over a million. Pick another one." Leonina just shook her head. "No, this is fine. I'm tired of looking." I quickly went over and helped her up, afraid she would get hurt. "Are you okay? Then we'll get this one." I also picked a car for myself. A Mercedes similar to yours. And for the nanny, a Mercedes-Benz GLB. It's easy to park. "Are you serious? You're spending money like it's water," she said with a laugh. I smiled. Money is meant to be spent. Buying these cars only cost me a little over 3 million yuan. It's not a lot. The manager's eyes were shining. He had just sold 3 cars at once. He couldn't keep his composure. He immediately led us to a lounge area. "Mr. Yi, Mrs. Yi, you said you want the top-end models, right?" "Of course. I want the top-end models for all 3 cars." "Okay." The manager's mouth was about to split from smiling. "We have a big discount right now. Since you're such a generous person, I'll make the decision. The total price for the 3 cars is 4.28 million. How does that sound?" "What do you think, honey?" I asked. Luina was shocked by the total price. "Just one car costs over 3 million? That's so expensive." "It's fine, you decide. I'll listen to you." At this moment, she felt that I was so rich. "Mr. Yi, do you want to pay in installments or a one-time payment?" "One-time payment, of course." The moment I paid, the system rang in my head. "Congratulations, host, for completing the mission of buying your wife a car. The system will reward the host with 3 times the cost of the cars." I was so angry. "System, are you messing with me? Why didn't you tell me earlier that buying cars would give me such a big reward? I should have just bought a car worth over 10 million. When we got home, Liao Yina was still in a daze. "I can't believe we just drove home in a car that costs over 3 million. Husband, how are you so rich?" "Don't worry, your husband is really rich. You don't have to be thrifty with me," I said. Just then, her phone rang. It was her best friend, Ji Ying. "What's wrong, Lu? A very angry voice came from the other end of the phone. "Yuna, I'm so mad right now. Do you even consider me your best friend? You got pregnant and secretly got married without telling me." Yuna was shocked. "How did you know I'm married and pregnant? You're really good at hiding it. Someone at school saw you and a guy buying a luxury car, and you were wearing a big diamond ring. They also revealed that the guy is from our school. The news is all over the school forum. Everyone knows about you guys, and you're living together. It looks like everyone's guesses were right. Combined with your previous behavior, you must be pregnant." Yoyina glanced at me and whispered into the phone, "They're not wrong. I did marry Yi-Chen from the same grade, and I'm really pregnant." Ji Ying was silent for a long time. She seemed to have thought of something. "Was it that night you didn't come back to the dorm?" Yoyina blushed and said, "Yes." Ji Ying sighed. "You just married like that? Don't you regret not having a wedding?" "No, because I'm pregnant with triplets. For safety reasons, we're going to have a wedding after I give birth. Ye Chen promised me I won't miss out on anything." "What? Triplets?" Ji Ying was shocked. "Are you a pig?" Liu Yina was so mad she wanted to hit her. "You're the pig! Your whole family is pigs!" "Oh, such a delicate flower, stuck in pig manure. Since you're having triplets, I'm going to be the godmother." Liu Yina laughed. "Don't talk about Yi-Chen like that. He is very handsome, and you'll definitely be the godmother, don't worry. When are you free? Let's talk properly. Or where do you live? Did Yi-Chen buy a house? Please don't tell me you're all living in a small, broken house. I heard his family went bankrupt. Is that true?" "His family didn't go bankrupt. Don't listen to others. Yi-Chen bought a house a long time ago. I'm living at Imperial View, Villa 8, in the city center." "Imperial View, Villa 8, in the city center? That's a villa. I'm definitely going to come over and visit you in a few days. I want to see what a rich family's villa looks like." They talked for a while before saying goodbye and hanging up. Liu Yina put down her phone and turned to me. She saw me staring at her. "I heard some of what you said. Did people find out about us getting married and you being pregnant?" She was honest with me. "Someone saw me with my big belly and you at the supermarket. Now, the whole school knows about us. Everyone is talking about it and making their own guesses." "Do you want them to know?" I asked. "Why would you ask that? You're the one and only campus celebrity, and I'm just a nobody. Being with me will definitely affect you, so I'm worried. Yi-Chen, how can you think that? In my heart, you're the most handsome. Marrying you is the happiest and luckiest thing that's ever happened to me. Her face turned red as she spoke. At that moment, my phone rang. It was a WeChat message from a roommate. Yi-Chen, I heard you got married and are having a baby with the campus celebrity. Is that true? Oh my god! I heard her family is rich. She's a perfect, rich, and beautiful woman. You're so lucky. Bossy, tell us. How did you get a woman with such high standards? We want to learn so we can get a perfect, rich, and beautiful woman and reach the peak of our lives. I couldn't stand their flattery. I told you I was marrying Luyina, but you didn't believe me. We're really married. We have the marriage certificate. It's legal. My words caused another huge commotion. Oh my god! I really thought you were bluffing. It's not every day you can get the campus celebrity, but I didn't think it was true. And I've never seen you two interact before. Is it true you have a baby? I'm more curious about that. The timeline doesn't match up. Did you become a pushover for a pretty face? She was already pregnant when I told you. I just found out, so I told you we were getting married. I'm a man. I wouldn't let myself be taken advantage of. Everyone was silent for a while. You rascal. You got the campus celebrity just like that? You're so fast. Since you're married, why didn't you have a wedding? It's not that I don't want to. It's just that she's pregnant with triplets. We're in a hurry. We'll have a big wedding after she gives birth. Don't worry. I'll definitely invite you all to drink our wedding wine. Or if you're free, I'll take you all out for a big meal. After I answered, my roommates stopped pestering me. They all said they were looking forward to the big meal. I finally put down my phone and saw Leotina looking at something. Nancy, seriously? She quickly put down her phone and looked at me nervously. Nothing. Nothing. I saw how flustered she was and knew something was up. What is it? Are you hiding something from your husband? It's really nothing, she said, sounding guilty. Suddenly, my phone started buzzing non-stop. For some reason, the group chat was exploding again. I looked at the messages, and the expression on my face was priceless. There were many photos of Yuyina and me. There were photos of her with the diamond ring, us wearing couple's clothes, and other sweet photos. The last one was a love confession from Yuyina in the school's social media group. The message said, holding your hand, growing old together. Yi-Chen, I love you. Yuyina. I was about to announce my marriage to Yuyina myself. Yuyina beat me to it. We had the exact same idea. I walked over to her with my phone. I was going to be the one to confess first, as a man. But I didn't expect you to beat me to it. She looked at me and smiled. I've seen many men confess to me, but you're my man. It's only right that I acknowledge it and tell everyone you're the man I love most. I hugged her tightly. My heart was so full, I was almost in tears. I opened the group chat and sent a message. I love you too, my Nana. Soon, classmates started sending us congratulatory messages. On the other end of the phone, Lee Aiwei was seething. Silly, let your husband handle these things from now on, okay? I said. She smiled and nodded. A few days later, her best friend, Ji-Yu Ying-Ying, came to visit. I was out having dinner with my roommates. Oh my god, I wish I could live in a 200 square meter mansion like this one day. I'm in love with this villa. Ji-Yu Ying-Ying's eyes were shining. It's not that big. It's only about 100 square meters with a yard, Liu-Ina said with a happy smile. Ji-Yu Ying-Ying was so jealous. Who started that rumor that Yi-Chen's family went bankrupt? I want to punch them. By the way, does Yi-Chen have a job, or is he mooching off his parents? Let me tell you, it's better to have your own ability to make money, no matter how rich your family is. Don't worry, Yi-Chen would never do that. He bought this house by himself, and he didn't use his parents' money. He bought it a long time ago. Ji-Yu Ying-Ying's eyes widened. Oh my god, I can't believe Yi-Chen is so amazing. Did he start his own business before even graduating? What does he do to make so much money? He told me he invested in stocks and funds with a partner, Liu-Ina said proudly. As his wife, she was proud to have such a capable man. Alright, look at you so smug, Ji-Yu Ying-Ying said enviously. But her eyes were fixed on the big diamond ring on Liu-Ina's finger. Liu-Ina held out her hand. Jealous, aren't you, sis? He gave me this engagement ring when we got our marriage license. He said he'd buy me a wedding ring when we have our wedding. He bought it secretly, and I love it. Ji-Yu Ying-Ying sighed. Love really makes people blind. Our big campus celebrity has fallen for a man. They continued to chat. I finally came home in the evening. Ji-Yu Ying-Ying's eyes were wide as she watched me get out of a luxurious Mercedes-Benz. Oh my god. Yi Chen is driving a multi-million-dollar Mercedes-Benz. This is the latest model. The interior looks like it costs at least $3.5 million. Honey, I'm home, I said. Hello, are you my wife's best friend, Ji-Yu Ying-Ying? Hello, I'm Ji-Yu Ying-Ying. You're so lucky to be married to our campus celebrity. Yes, I am, I said. Are you staying for dinner tonight? I was planning to sponge off you guys for dinner before going home. What are you going to make? What do you want to eat tonight? What? Yi Chen, you're going to buy groceries? I never would have guessed. I forgot to tell you earlier, my Yi Chen's cooking is delicious. You're in for a treat tonight. I thought he was going to eat with his friends, but he's coming home for dinner? I smiled slightly. I can't bear to be away from you, baby. Oh my god, stop. Don't feed me this cheapy stuff. I'm a single dog. But I'm not a dog who eats cheapy stuff. Do you, said, rubbing her arms. Liu went over and hugged my arm, smiling sweetly. Ji-Yu immediately ran away. She couldn't handle the affection. Soon, I had prepared a table full of seafood. Ji-Yu Ying's eyes lit up. Food before friends. There's no way I can resist this. She yelled and grabbed a hairy crab with both hands. A few months later, Liu Yina was 8 months pregnant. The baby was finally coming. Both families were anxiously waiting outside the delivery room. There were piles of baby supplies, diapers, and formula on the chairs. Quote, Liu Yina's family? Is Liu Yina's family here? A nurse suddenly came out of the delivery room and shouted, Yes, yes! I rushed forward. I'm her husband. What's wrong? Is something wrong? My voice was trembling. The nurse smiled. Nothing. The mother and babies are all safe. I let out a sigh of relief. After I signed the papers, the nurse brought out the babies. It was 2 boys and a girl. I looked at my 3 children, and my eyes softened. My heart was suddenly filled with something. The host has met the babies for the first time. The system will reward each baby with 10 million yuan for milk money. At this point, money was money. All I cared about was that my children were safe and healthy. Nurse, why hasn't my wife come out yet? The anesthesia was a little strong, so she has to stay in the delivery room for 2 hours for observation. Liu Yina's parents asked worriedly, Nurse, is my daughter okay? Nothing's wrong with her, is there? She's my only daughter, don't worry. The doctors are taking care of it. Nothing's wrong. We're just keeping her for observation as a precaution. Everything will be fine. That's good. 2 hours later, Liu Yina was wheeled out. She was gasping for air. Honey, are you okay? I asked. My heart beating. What's wrong with her? Don't worry, sir. The anesthesia is wearing off. It was a little strong, so she's having some symptoms. You just have to take good care of her. Are the babies okay? She took a deep breath, as if she had used all her strength. I rushed to her side and held her hand tightly. Don't worry, our babies are fine. They're just getting a checkup. Don't be concerned. At that moment, my parents came back from the newborn ward. They were also full of worry. Mom, Dad, don't worry. Nana will be fine. We stayed with Liu Yina all night. The next morning, the nurse came to check on her and brought good news. The babies are all fine and healthy. They can come to the room now. The whole family was overjoyed. The 3 babies were brought in after they were bathed. They were sleeping peacefully. My dad, who is usually very strict, was smiling from ear to ear. Wife, doesn't our granddaughter's face and eyebrows look exactly like Yi Chen's when he was a kid? My mom, that's him. Lower your voice! Don't wake up our grandchildren! A daughter looks like her father, so of course she looks like him. But the 2 boys look so much like Liu Yina. They're so beautiful. The babies all have high foreheads. They're all very smart. Liu Yina's mom also leaned in. The 2 boys look so much like Nana when she was little. Liu Yina had just woken up. She endured pain and said, I want to see the babies. Your body isn't ready yet. I'll hold them up for you. I went and gently picked up our daughter and brought her to Liu Yina. She kissed her daughter's cheek with a loving smile. But then she started to cry. I was scared. Honey, why are you crying? The babies are okay. I'm crying because I'm so touched. I can't believe I gave birth to children and 3 of them. Before I could comfort her, my hand felt something wet. A sour, stinky smell. filled the air. My hands froze. The baby hit me. My daughter's face turned red, and she started to cry. Liuina looked at the baby, then at my horrified face, and laughed. Wow, it's so smelly. Honey, smell this. It's so intense. I held my daughter's bottom up to her nose. Liuina quickly covered her face and laughed. Change your diaper. No. But her laughter made me weak. She was in so much pain that she broke out in a cold sweat. Oh no, my wound hurts. Honey, are you okay? I was terrified. Liuina slowly calmed down. Clean the baby's bottom. As a punishment, you have to do it yourself. The maternity nurse said, if a baby girl poops, I recommend you clean her with warm water. It's more hygienic. It can prevent bacteria from growing. Liuina realized, oh right, Yi Chen is a man, and our baby is a girl. Maybe it's not a good idea for the dad to wash her. She turned to the nurse. I'll leave it to you then. Okay, then you can be punished when the boys poop, Liuina said with a laugh. I laughed and helped her fix the bed. At that moment, a farting sound came from the boys' side. What the heck? Both of them at the same time. You two are not fair. Did you hold it?
You two are not fair.
Liuina tried not to laugh, but she couldn't help it. My mom was also laughing. Let's see what it's like to be a dad. I also raised you with my own two hands. Now you're a dad. You have to work hard to support your family. Mom, I've always worked hard, but I have to go change my son's diapers now, I said, pretending to be sad. Both families laughed at me. The atmosphere was very warm. On the third day, I walked into the hospital room and saw Liuina breastfeeding our daughter. Her face turned bright red, and I felt so awkward. We had been intimate, but I had blacked out that night. I'll go for a walk outside, I said awkwardly. The nurse smiled. Mr. Yi, you and Mrs. Yi are married and have children. Are you still this shy? I know, right? You're a married couple, but you're acting like this. How can we not laugh? I was embarrassed. I didn't know if I should stay or go. Liuina, with her face still red, said, You can sit over there. I'll be done soon. Her movements were a little stiff as she held the baby. I listened to her and sat down by the coffee table, a little absent-minded. In the past few days, I became a dad to 3 kids. I felt like I had grown up a lot, and my responsibilities had become much heavier. I looked at Liuina, who was lovingly looking at the baby, and my heart warmed. Soon, we were discharged and went home. I carried Liuina to the master bedroom on the 2nd floor. Her parents and mine held the babies, and the maternity nurse helped with our things. When the others saw the villa and the luxury car, their jaws dropped. I can walk, Liuina said. My wound doesn't hurt as much anymore. No, what if you tear your wound? You just got your stitches removed this morning. I'm not taking any risks, Liuina smiled happily. Am I heavy? I was 165 pounds when I was pregnant, and I'm still over 120 pounds. No, you're not heavy at all. I wouldn't care if you were 160 pounds. I would still love you. The doctor said I have to change my dressing every day. You'll have to help me, Liuina said shyly. The incision was close to a very private area. We had never been intimate while we were both sober. It's okay. I'll do whatever you say. Do you want to do it now? No, let's do it before bed. The doctor did it for me this morning. He told me to buy gauze, cotton swabs, and some antiseptic. Because the antiseptic doesn't hurt, and it's good for the wound. Does it still hurt? Not if I don't touch it or stretch it. It's almost healed. It's a little itchy. That's good. Do you want me to go buy the gauze now? I don't think we have the right kind of cotton swabs at home. Yes. I remembered all the things she told me to buy, but I was a little lost at the pharmacy. Do you have gauze here? Yes. What kind do you want? My wife had a C-section. I need the kind for a wound. The clerk understood. For a C-section, we have a long strip kind. It's perfect for C-sections. How many do you need? I didn't know how to answer. Figured it was better to have more than less. I'll take 30. And 30 large cotton swabs. And a few bottles of antiseptic. I'll check out with everything. I walked out of the pharmacy with a big bag, and the female clerk looked at me with a confused expression. When I got home, Liuina saw the bag and laughed. Why did you buy so much? My wound will be healed in 10 to 15 days. didn't know. I've never bought this before. I figured you'll be recovering for about 30 days. So I bought her. The clerk said this kind is good for C-section. It doesn't fall off easily. Do you want me to put one on for you now? No. We'll do it tonight. Leoyina quickly. She was teasing me, but she didn't expect me to be so serious. In the afternoon, it was time to bathe the babies. I was holding our daughter and looking at this soft, chubby little thing. My maternal love was overflowing. I wanted to kiss her so bad. I buried my face in her blanket and sniffed her. It smelled like milk. It was the most wonderful smell. It was the same as Leoyina's scent. My parents and Leoyina's parents were equal in the sun. The maternity nurse was preparing hot water for the baby in the bath, but I still felt my little daughter smelled the best. After all, the daughter is her father's little padded jacket. Those two boys, on the other hand, had already given their dad a big, smelly poop on my first day. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. The three babies were in the bath. My eldest son seemed to protest his clothes being taken off, crying loudly. The second son followed his older brother's lead and started crying too. It was as if they were having a crying competition. Leoyina was drawn to the sound of the crying. What's wrong with the older two? They're crying so much just for a bath. Their tempers are so bad. I know, right? My daughter is much more well-behaved, I said. Leoyina came over and gently touched our daughter's face. My sweet little girl. She then looked at her now calm son and went, you two have to learn with your sister. I put on some nursery rhymes on my phone so the babies could listen and relax in the bath. You could tell they were comfortable by their reactions. They closed their eyes with a look of contentment and almost fell asleep. Ding! First time baby. Good morning. 1 million. Everything was going as I expected. After the babies were out of the bath, they were still fussing as we put on their clothes, sucking on their little hands. Once they were dressed and swaddled, they all fell asleep. About 30 minutes later, all three of them started crying. My daughter's cry sounded like a little kitten. It was so adorable. I held her and looked at the other two. Girls are so much better. Even their cries are so sweet. She'll definitely be a little padded jacket when she grows up. Just then, the nurse walked over with the box. It's been over 3 hours since they last ate. They're probably hungry. It's time to feed them. It was my daughter's turn to rest. I said, okay, the carrier to feed with 3 babies. You need a milk supply was definitely not enough. So we returned with breast milk and water. The other 2 babies would have formula. I carried my daughter and gently pushed over. But when I walked in, I was stunned. The milk was smaller. She was still pumping. My eyes were about to pop out of my head. Leoyina noticed me staring. She looked down at what she was doing and immediately turned her back to me. Why didn't you knock? I'm so sorry. I forgot. I quickly backed out and closed the door. Leoyina was in confinement, and everyone was supposed to knock before entering. It was a matter of courtesy now that there were more people in the house. She called out, "You can come in now," and pushed open the door again. That was a close call. Luckily, her face was only slightly red, and she didn't seem to mind. Quote, "It's been too long since my last pumping session, so it's a little hard." She reached out for the water. "Give her to me." I was still a little awkward, but I took my daughter in her arms and backed out. My mind kept replaying the scene. By the looks of it, she should have enough for our daughter, I thought. I immediately shook the thoughts out of my head and went back to the other room. The 2 boys seemed to hear me coming back. They spit out their bottles and babbled. Leoyina's mom laughed. "It looks like they want their dad to feed them. You 2 little rascals want to exhaust your dad, don't you?" Although I said that, I picked up both of them, 1 in each arm. My mom put the bottles in their mouths, and they started to eat again. The sound of their mouths sucking on the bottles made everyone smile. The host has fed the babies. The system will reward the host with 100,000 yuan each, and what if they don't eat from anyone else but you? Then I'll just have to be a stay-at-home dad. I can't let them starve, can I? But I was more than happy to feed the babies. After all, the system was rewarding me with 100,000 yuan every time. That was better than any job. They had to be fed every 2 or 3 hours. In 24 hours, I could make about 600,000 or 700,000 yuan. Where could I find a job that pays over 20 million yuan a month? It was evening. The nurse came to Leoyina's room with a bucket of hot water. "Mrs. Yi, you've been washed your hair today. This is boiled water with ginger. It's very good for you.
I got it again? What the heck?
Go rest. I'll do it. He took the bucket of water from her. The E was a little surprised. Okay then, I'll help you get everything ready, and then I'll leave. Under her guidance, I put a waterproof cloth on the bed. Yuyina was shocked. She never thought I would wash her hair for her.
I'm about to say, if you're gonna give me a mythical, at least not let it be Gojo, please. I've already had Gojo. I already still technically have the Gojo clan.
The air was very sweet. Quote, Chen, this is so nice, she said. Why are you calling me by my name? It feels so... Say husband, husband. Yuyina was so happy. She was so lucky and happy as her father of her children. She was luckier than winning a lot. I noticed the small bruises on her chest. My heart ached. I gently touched them. She slapped my hand. What are you doing? Wash my hair. I awkwardly pulled my hand away. I was just worried about you. After I washed her hair, I took out the antiseptic and bandages I had bought to clean her wound. She had already taken off the bandage from the hospital. She was still a little shy because of where the wound was and because the scar was so ugly, but I didn't care. I slowly peeled off the bandage. She winced in pain. If it hurts, tell me. I'll go slower. It won't hurt as much, she said. She rolled her eyes. Just get it over with. Do it quickly. That's right, just tell me what you need and what you don't. Don't hold back. Are you ready? I'm gonna peel it off now. Go, she said, pretty pleased. I peeled off the bandage and saw the shocking scar on her abdomen, and some blood was seeping out. Silent for a moment. Does it hurt? I asked softly. She was stunned. It doesn't hurt much. It only hurts when I pull on it. It's been 9 days, and it's mostly just itchy. I didn't say anything. I just opened the antiseptic, dipped a cotton swab in it, and gently started cleaning. A C-section requires 10 incisions, and each layer is stitched back up. How could it not hurt? As I carefully cleaned her wound, and gently flew on it, Yuyina looked at me, her loving husband, and smiled at me. After I finished, I put a new bandage on her. It's all done, honey. She blushed and let me pull up her pants, pulled out her shirt, and tucked her in. Honey, is breastfeeding tiring? I asked, sitting on the bed. It's okay. Besides not sleeping well, I actually enjoy it, she said. I decided to tell her what I was thinking. I was thinking of stopping the breast milk. I don't want to see you waking up in the middle of the night to feed them. I don't want you to lose sleep. I don't want you to be so tired. No, I'm not tired, Yuyina said quickly. I'm happy to do it for our kids. I just don't want you to be so tired and exhausted. I want you to recover and get back to your old self. That way, we can go back to school and graduate together this year, I said. She smiled and hugged me. Husband, thank you for thinking of me. As long as you're happy, I'm happy. If you like kids and want to have more, then I'll be happy to have them with you. The atmosphere suddenly became a little flirtatious. A man and a woman were hugging on a bed, talking about having kids. And the woman next to me was so beautiful. I took a deep breath and tried to suppress my desires. But then, Yuyina kissed my face. My body tensed up, and my breathing became a little rapid. Nana, don't. She had just given birth and was still in confinement. I couldn't. It was absolutely not allowed. But if she kept teasing me, I was worried I might lose control. I had to control myself. Just kidding, she said and hugged my arm. I didn't say anything, afraid that if I did, I would give in. I just let her soft body press against mine. Oh my god, how can I resist? I tried to calm myself down. We just lay in the same bed in silence. The next day at lunch, my dad asked, Son, have you guys thought of names for the babies? I've already thought of a name for our daughter. What do you think of you and Ching? I asked. Yuyina thought for a moment. It sounds great. You means beautiful and intelligent, and Ching means sunshine. I want my daughter to be smart, beautiful, and sunny, and also healthy and happy. She kept repeating the names. Should we call her
Wait,
Ye
what?
or Ye Ching? Let's go with Ye Ching. It sounds a little smoother, I said. Okay, let's call her that. Ye Yuking. It sounds great. And her nickname can be Xiao Guai Guai. I love it. She's gonna be a sweet and sensible girl when she grows up. Ding! The host has successfully named the baby. Reward: 10 million yuan. What? I get 10 million just for naming her? My heart was bursting with joy. Next, It was time to name the boys. My dad said, "Okay, I'll say the name I came up with first. Let's name the oldest son Ye Rubo. What do you guys think?" Liu Yina's dad nodded. Everyone repeated the name. "It means to be wise and broad-minded. Ruibo is a great name." Liu Yina's mom, a teacher, immediately explained the meaning. "My in-law is so cultured," my dad said with a laugh. I said, "The name is great. What do you think, honey?" "I like it. Ruibo." According to my in-law, it means to be wise and bright. That's a good name. Then what about our second son, Ye Ruishi? I said. "Ruishi? That's a great name." "Hey, I agree," my dad said, clapping his hands. Liu Yina and I were so happy. After lunch, I went to the hospital to get the babies, the birth certificates. When the nurse saw my information, she looked at me with an amazed expression. "Your family had 3 babies at once? Is that right?" "Yes. Pretty impressive, huh?" "It really is. You're the first person in Changcheng to have triplets. It's very rare. You've already thought of names for them so quickly?" "Yes. Please get the certificates and papers ready as soon as possible." "Okay, you'll have to wait. The birth certificates for 3 babies will take a little longer," the nurse said patiently. The people behind me in line also heard our conversation. "Oh my God, 3 babies at once? You have a high yield," one said. "Yes, you're so lucky. Are they boys or girls?" another asked. I smiled. 2 boys and 1 girl. Wow. All your wishes came true at once. My wish is to have 2 sons and 1 daughter. That's the best. Is it hard to take care of them? Do they eat a whole can of formula a day? I didn't want to talk to them anymore, so I just smiled. They were strangers, and I didn't want them to know so much. About 15 minutes later, the nurse handed me the 3 birth certificates. "Congratulations, host, on successfully getting birth certificates for your babies. Reward: 20% shares of the baby brand Liu Yi Baobei." At this point, I was used to the system's rewards. I already had almost 100 million in my pocket, and now I was getting company shares. I immediately looked up the baby brand. I'll be darned. Key brand is worth 30 billion yuan. That means I just got 6 billion yuan from the system. And the best part is that baby brands are very profitable. With my 20% shares, I'll get a lot of dividends every year. I was so happy. After getting the birth certificates, I went to the police station to register the babies. The moment the stamp was pressed, the system rang again. "Congratulations, host, on successfully registering the babies. Reward: a 200 million yuan Yulongwan Villa 6. The property deed and key will be mailed to you tomorrow." I was shocked again. Yulongwan was a legendary rich area. Anyone in Chengcheng who was worth a few billion lived there. My current villa was a little far from the city center, but Yulongwan was right in the city center. Oh my God! 1,000 square meters! My family will fit in here easily. When I got home, my mom pulled me aside. Quote, "Yi Chen, you don't have a job right now. What are you going to do?" "Huh? I think your dad wants you to take over the family business." I smiled. "Mom, are you worried I can't support my wife and kids?" "Of course I am. At least at your dad's company. You'll have a proper job. I know a little about stocks, but a person has to be down to earth." "I know. Mom, but you might not know that the national baby brand, Liu Yi Biaobei, I own 20% of the shares there." "What? The baby brand chain store? I've seen them on the morning news. That's a multi-billion yuan corporation. And you've got 20% of the shares?" My mom was shocked. The brand only started in the last 2 or 3 years. I started investing in it right after I began college. My mom was still astonished. 20% of the shares must be worth billions, right? Yeah, at first it was just a few of us. One of them wanted to open a store, and it just grew from there. I didn't expect it to get this big, but now I get hundreds of millions in dividends every year. After my confession, my mom suddenly understood. So that's what it is. Why didn't you tell us sooner? But it makes sense. It's the young people's world now. Your dad was just thinking of having you take over the company. Quote, "Mom, I have a steady income, so you don't have to worry about me not having a proper job." As for Dad's company, didn't you say you were moving here? If you run into any financial problems, just let me know. Oh, and I just bought a villa for Nana today. My mom was shocked again. What? You bought another villa? This one is perfectly fine. Why buy a new one? This one is pretty big, but I was thinking you and Dad and Nana's parents could all live together. And when the kids grow up, they'll need their own rooms, right? So I bought a new villa that's 5 times bigger than this one. It's big enough for our whole family. My mom's eyes went wide. 5 times bigger than this one? That's 1,000 square meters? Oh my God, I had no idea you were this rich. Quick, tell me where you bought it. I thought for a moment. Yulongwan Visa 6. Yulongwan? I heard that's the rich people's district. The villas there cost hundreds of millions. You rascal, why did you wait until now to tell me you've made so much money? I don't just have this one investment. I have others, but it's not convenient to talk about them right now. There are more. It was the first time I had ever been so open about my finances with my family. Who knows what else the system will reward me with? I won't go into details, but you can rest assured that your son isn't lacking money. After talking to my mom, I rushed upstairs because I could hear the oldest son wailing. The cries got louder as I went up the stairs. I quickly walked over and saw Liu Yina holding him, ready to go back to the room to breastfeed him. Liu Yina asked, "You're back? Did everything go well?" "Yes, the birth certificates and household registration are all done. You go feed him first. I have something to tell you." "All right." This oldest one is so impatient he can't wait a second longer. Liu Yina went into the room eagerly, but didn't close the door. She stood with her back to me, slowly lifting her shirt to breastfeed. I felt a strange emotion well up inside me. I quietly closed the door for her and went to the next room to see the other two babies. "Little ones, Daddy's home. Did you miss me?" The little girl seemed to recognize my voice. She spit out the bottle's nipple and made two little grunting sounds at me before taking the bottle back. The second son just looked at me sideways as I walked in. This made the nurse burst into laughter. "These two little ones are so clever. They've been smart since birth." I went over and picked up both of them. They were a little older now and could hold the bottles themselves. They were so cute. A few minutes later, Liu Yina came out. "What did you want to tell me? Is it something important?" I smiled and led her back into the room, closing the door behind us. "It's nothing, really. I just have a big gift for you." Liu Yankee smiled and asked, "What kind of gift? Why do you have to close the door?" "I just wanted to share something with you. I think you'll be very happy." I kept her in suspense, then leaned in close to her ear. "I bought a villa for you, and it's only in your name." When she heard that I bought her a villa and put it only in her name, she was so shocked that she couldn't believe her ears. "What did you say? You bought a villa for me?" she asked with wide eyes. "Yes. How about we move there? Your husband will be living in your house from now on. Is that villa bigger than this one?" Liu Yina was still in shock. "Yes, it's 5 times bigger than this one. There are probably more than 10 rooms. It's enough for our whole family." Her eyes widened even more. 5 times bigger than this one? So it's 1,000 square meters? Where is it? I took another step closer, backing her up to the bed. "In the city center, Yulongwan Villa 6. The deed and key will be delivered tomorrow. I'll give it to you then to prove I'm not lying. Quote, I would never doubt you're lying to me." Seeing me get closer, she sat down on the bed. I leaned over and pressed down on her, looking at the surprised but
Excuse
relieved
me.
expression on her face. She looked so cute. I was only pressing on her, and not actually putting my full weight on her. Her face turned red from being held down. I leaned in and whispered in her ear, "I'm not like other men. When I love someone, I show it with action. I don't just give my woman empty promises. Do you like this about me?" The low, sensual, and magnetic voice in her ear sent a shiver down her spine. She closed her eyes and breathed heavily in my ear. "I like it. I love it." Then she wrapped her arms around my neck and kissed me. I was stunned. I had only meant to tease her, but now I was getting myself into it. Just as I was about to lose control and do something, there was a knock on the door. Yuna and I quickly separated. It was my mom. She looked at our flushed faces and immediately understood. "Oh, I'm so sorry," she said, and then she quickly left the room. She had just wanted to bring some fruit to Yuna, but she saw something else entirely. She was not happy about it. She knew she had to intervene. After all, Yuna was still in confinement. How could they be so impatient to do that? So she went downstairs and immediately called me. Yuna and I were still on the bed, shaken up. That was so scary. "We really need to lock the door from now on," I said awkwardly. "Nana, that was... It's okay, I understand," Yuna said. I didn't know what to say just then. My phone rang. It was my mom. "Okay, I'm coming down now." I turned to Yuna. "Nana, my mom wants me to go downstairs to talk about something. Don't overthink it." I went downstairs and saw my mom waiting for me at the corner of the stairs. She looked a little anxious. "Mom, what is it?" She pulled me aside and whispered, "What were you and Nana doing just now?" Don't you know she's still in confinement? You can't be so impatient. She just gave birth, and her body hasn't fully recovered, especially from a C-section. If something happens, it could be very harmful to her. You're just too young, my mom lectured me. I tried to defend myself. Mom, why are you worrying so much? I would never do that to Nana while she's in confinement. I'm not a beast. I have a sense of propriety about this. I've already waited for 10 months. I can wait for 2 more. So don't worry, Mom. I would never do anything that would harm Nana. My mom looked at my serious face and finally believed me, but she still made me promise her again and again before she let me go. She was an experienced woman and understood these things, but she also trusted my character. I wasn't that kind of person. By the way, what did your mom say to you just now? Ina asked as soon as I came back. She just told me not to be so impatient and wait until you've recovered, I said, a little embarrassed. Yuyina's face turned red when I mentioned what had just happened. It was so embarrassing that her own mother-in-law had caught us. Seeing her blushing, I comforted her. It's okay, my mom didn't do anything. She was just reminding us to be careful. She's just worried about you. But I was really close to losing control just now, I said with a hint of satisfaction. Yuyina quickly buried her head in my chest. I'm sorry, I won't tease you anymore. My heart skipped a beat. The couple's intimate moments were so precious. How could we just decide not to have them? I had to make sure she kept that mindset. A man loves it when his woman takes the initiative. It's much better than being with a lifeless piece of wood. It would be even better if she wanted to roleplay and everything else. I was getting excited just thinking about it. No, don't do that. Your husband loves you just the way you are, I said quickly. Yuyina smiled. So men really did like it when women took the initiative. I hugged the mischievous woman in my arms. Are you not afraid I'll lose control? She laughed even louder. No, I'm not. I'll go very slowly. Our days were simple and sweet. Soon it was time for Yuyina to get out of confinement. I was clearing the dinner table when my phone buzzed with a message. I picked it up to check. My eyes went wide. It was a bank transfer notification from the headquarters of Liu Bao Bank. I quickly counted the numbers. It was over 137 million yuan. So, Liu Bao Bank paid dividends quarterly and a final one at the end of the year. My 20% shares were worth over 100 million yuan. This baby market was definitely profitable. I held my phone, so excited I didn't know what to do. Just then, my father-in-law walked over. Seeing me smiling like an idiot, he asked, Chen, what are you so happy about? I immediately handed him my phone. Look, it's my dividends. This is just for half a year, and there's a final dividend at the end of the year. My father-in-law's eyes went wide as he looked at my phone. He let out a deep breath. My company is only worth a few 100 million yuan, and you made over 100 million in one go. I never would have thought. Well done. You've truly surpassed your master. He patted my shoulder heavily. Dad, give me your account number. I'll transfer some money to you. I heard your company is in need of money right now. He quickly waved his hands. No, you keep the money to raise the children. Your dad has money. Dad, this is a little something for your son. Please take it. As you can see, your son is not lacking money at all. As we argued, my mother-in-law came over. What are you two arguing about? You'll wake the grandchildren. Mom, I want to give Dad some money, but he won't take it. Why? Did you strike it rich? I showed her my phone. Mom, look, I just received my company's dividends. It's over 100 million yuan. Don't you think it's reasonable for me to give Dad 10 or 20 million? I don't need that much money to raise the kids. My mother-in-law was also surprised by the numbers on my phone. Oh my goodness, son, you're so rich. Old man, your son wants to give you money, so you should take it. It's his filial piety. Knowing that the money was from my company's dividends, my mother-in-law didn't refuse.
Yes, the
I'll transfer 10
Almighty.
million to you first. I immediately transferred 10 million to her, and then
I was
asked
low
for my
key not trying
father-in-law's
to get
account
him,
number
but
and transferred
uh,
10 million to him as well. Then I found Yoyina and transferred 30 million to her at once. 10 million was for her.
well, that's
20
one
million
Super
was for my
Dragon Ball,
parents.
but
When she saw the 30 million deposited into her account, she was stunned. Honey, why did you suddenly transfer so much money to me? I showed her the notification on my phone. Honey, your husband made a lot of money. The company paid
a whole bunch of
dividends.
gold,
You
the
don't owe me
Almighty
much. Come on,
Scroll,
let's
Soul
go.
King Energy.
Thank you, honey. Ding. The host has whole family.
Okay, so I'm missing just literally the Almighty Scroll. Because I already got Soul King energy.
Jewelry series with a total value of 999 million yuan. At that moment, a super VIP membership card from the Diamond family suddenly appeared in my hand. I was stunned. The card was made of solid gold. I turned to Liu Yina and said, "Honey, let's go somewhere tonight. I have a gift for you." "What? You just gave me a villa. You have another gift? Just come with me." "It's nothing. Just a small gift." I didn't know what kind of diamond jewelry the Diamond family was going to give me, so I just called it a small gift. "Okay, I'll get dressed and go with you." Liu Yina quickly went into the walk-in closet to change, but she realized none of her old clothes fit. She had to find some clothes from her first trimester. After a while, I asked from outside the door, "Honey, what's wrong? Why is it taking so long?" Liu Yina said awkwardly, "My old clothes don't fit anymore. I can only wear the ones from my first trimester. I've gained almost 20 pounds, and my calves can't even fit in them." She was a little upset, remembering when she was only 90 pounds. "I'm sorry, honey, I didn't think of that. We can go buy some clothes later. I've never gone shopping with you before. You can buy whatever you want, okay?" Soon, we arrived at the biggest mall in Shenzhen, Theming Mode. On the first floor, we found the Diamond family counter. A beautiful female sales assistant came up to us. "Hello, what would you like to see?" I put the gold card on the counter. "I'm here to pick up the jewelry I ordered." The sales assistant was shocked when she saw the gold card. She quickly picked it up. "Yes, sir. I'll go tell the manager right now." She had been working there for almost 5 years and had never seen a gold card. This card was only given to customers who spent over 500 million yuan. She quickly went to the back and brought out the manager. The manager, Mr. Liu, was also shocked when he saw the card. He rushed out, tidied himself up, and said to us, "Hello, sir, ma'am. How can I help you?" "I'm here to pick up something." "What is your name, sir?" "My name is Ye Chen. I ordered a full set of the Diamond series not long ago, and I'm here to pick it up." Mr. Liu was even more shocked. He had just come back from a meeting at the headquarters about this exact series that someone had ordered. The name mentioned at the meeting was Ye Chen. With the gold card, he was almost certain of my identity. "Mr. Yi, I'm so sorry. I didn't recognize you at first. I apologize."
Okay,
"That's
so
okay, no problem," I said. "Thank you for your
well,
understanding."
I can do your walk. I can get your walk stronger now.
Full set today. We're just a branch.
I got it. Oh shit! I got him as a shadow again. That's
"I'm
crazy.
so sorry to keep you and this lady waiting." He was very respectful. I said, "It's okay. We'll just browse around here. You can call me when it's ready." This was a good opportunity to go shopping with Liu Yina and buy her some clothes and bags. Mr. Liu was relieved. He was worried about how he was going to explain the situation to the customer.
Ooh,
So
son.
easygoing.
Huh?
After
How
confirming
many
the
did
time
I?
with them, I looked at the gold card.
Wait. How long? There's like supposed to be 7
The
here.
brand was called Owa, named after the designer Li Ziyu. Seeing that
No,
Liu Yina liked it,
no. There's only
I offered
5
to pick
here.
some clothes. But she looked at the price tag and was shocked. "Oh my gosh, this t-shirt is over 3,000 yuan. That's too expensive." Although I had given her tens of millions, she wasn't the kind of woman who spent money like water. Even though her family was well off, she usually wore clothes that cost a few dozen or 100 yuan. She would only wear expensive clothes for special occasions. I saw a hint of disappointment in her eyes. Was it too expensive for her to buy? "Honey, this is our first time shopping together. If you like it, let's buy it, okay? Don't worry, your husband has money," Liu Yina blinked. "But I don't think it's worth it. A t-shirt for 3,000 yuan. Honey, if you like it, we'll buy it. You can't put a price on something you love. I'll buy everything you like." Liu Yina looked at me, touched. "Thank you, honey. Then I won't hold back." She had wanted to save money, but since I said it was our first time shopping together, she decided to buy whatever she wanted. A female sales assistant heard our conversation and came over with a smile. Quote, "Wow, miss, your boyfriend is so good to you." I quickly corrected her. "We're married." "Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. You're so lucky to have such a beautiful and virtuous wife." Liu Yina was happy that I publicly announced that she was my wife. She blushed and said, "Thank you," to the sales assistant. I just smiled. The sales assistant then started showing Liu Yina the clothes. Soon, Liu Yina picked up a dress. "Honey, does this dress look good?" I glanced at it and smiled. "Why don't you try it on? How will you know if it fits otherwise?" Liu Yina looked at the sales assistant's eager face. "Okay." The sales assistant took her to the fitting room and considerately closed the door for her. I had already picked out a lot of clothes for her, all in large sizes. Liuina called out, "Honey, come in for a second." "Huh? You want me to come into the fitting room?" I was surprised. The door was already open, so I went in with the pile of clothes. It was very spacious. Liuina was facing away from me. "Honey, can you close the door? I can't zip this up. Can you help me?" After I zipped her up, she turned around and said with a smile, "Honey, this dress fits perfectly." I was a little worried that the medium size wouldn't fit, but I ended up getting a large one, and it's perfect. She sighed a little, remembering how slender she was when she wore small and medium sizes. I didn't say anything and just hugged her tightly. "You're not bad at all. You have a little more meat on you, and that's perfect. I don't care what you look like. If you really want to get back in shape, I'll sign you up for a weight loss plan at a beauty salon." The doctor also said that it's best for women to get postpartum repair, or else it can be harmful to their bodies. I think we should listen to the doctor. Liuina leaned her head on my chest. "I'll do whatever you say," she said softly. I continued, "Today, we're going to buy all the clothes you need. Buy whatever you want." Liuina nodded and kissed my cheek. "Honey, you're so good to me." "Silly. I'm not good to you. Who would I be good to?" I pressed her head with my right hand and kissed her passionately. We kissed for a few minutes in the fitting room. Liuina couldn't breathe. She pushed me away and gasped for air. "I can't breathe. There are people waiting outside," she said between breaths. I helped her catch her breath. Okay, take it easy. Next time, I'll kiss you for a shorter time, so you won't be so uncomfortable." After we tidied up our clothes, we opened the door and continued shopping for about 40 more minutes. I put aside the clothes I didn't like and told the sales assistant, "I'll take everything else." Liuina quickly interjected, "But I can't wear all of this. Let's just get a few sets. There's no need to buy so much." "It's okay. You can wear a different one every day." Liuina couldn't argue with me anymore, so she just let the sales assistant wrap up the dozen or so sets of clothes. The sales assistant calculated the price. "Hello, sir. The total is 230,000 yuan after the discount." I smoothly took out my card and swiped it. The sales assistant took my card and processed the payment. Payment successful. After all the clothes were packed, the sales assistant walked us to the door, her eyes filled with envy. When will I ever meet a good man like this? Just as we walked out of the store, the system rang. Ding! Congratulations, post, on making the mother of the babies happy. Reward: a ticket to a charity gala. A charity gala? What's that? I was a little confused about why the system was giving me so many things. Was I supposed to bring the diamond jewelry with me? I'd have to find a gown for her to wear then. With that thought, I held a dozen or so shopping bags and walked into the Diamond Family store. Besides the manager, the general manager from the headquarters was also there, along with several security guards. After all, they were holding a set of jewelry worth almost 1,000,000 yuan. How could they not be nervous? Seeing us, a dozen or so employees quickly came up to us. "Hello, Mr. Ye. We've been waiting for you. We've brought the diamond jewelry you ordered. Please check it." Just as I was about to check the goods, an uninvited guest walked in. It was my ex-girlfriend, Li Aiwei. She was holding the arm of a young man and walked into the store. The staff, seeing the well-dressed couple, immediately went up to them warmly. Li Aiwei glanced at the sales assistant, and then looked at her finger. "Show me all your diamond rings that are over 1 carat." The man was just looking at his phone, seemingly uninterested. Li Aiwei had already noticed that I was there, and that I was surrounded by so many people. It looked like something was going on. She whispered something to the man next to her. The man chuckled. Even before his family went bankrupt, he was no match for my family. This man was a popular figure at our school named Guo Ming. His family was worth a few billion yuan, but in Changcheng, they were only considered a third-rate family. When he saw that I was sitting with Liuina, the most beautiful girl in our school, he was immediately annoyed. He was one of Liuina's admirers. Li Aiwei noticed that her boyfriend was upset and asked, "What's wrong?" Guo Ming snorted. "How unlucky! That woman with Ye Chen is Liuina." Li Aiwei didn't seem surprised. "I heard they've been on leave to have a baby. I don't know when they got together. I broke up with him less than a year ago, and they already have a baby." Guo Ming was furious. He had been chasing Liuina for years and never even got a chance to have a meal with her, yet I got her so easily. How could he not be angry? He walked over to us with Lee Aiwei. Lee Aiwei's plan had worked. Ye Chip, long time no see. Lee Aiwei said with a smile, but she didn't look at Liu Yina. I just glanced at them and ignored them. When the general manager saw them, he became alert. The security guards also got ready. Liu Yina was the first to speak. Guo Ming, is that you? When I heard that Liu Yina knew Li Aiwei's boyfriend, I became interested. Liu Yina whispered in my ear. Guo Ming chased me for 3 years. He only stopped sending me messages in the last 2 months. I guess he's with Li Aiwei now, I nodded. I see. I can't believe you're brave enough to come here to spend money, Chen. Your family is almost broke, and you still dare to come here? Li Aiwei's contemptuous eyes said it all. The general manager and the others saw that they knew each other, so they didn't stop them from talking. They just quietly closed the beautiful safe. But in their hearts they thought, these two people are so rude. They're not good people. Guo Ming, seeing that his goddess was talking to him, smiled. Just bringing my girlfriend here to buy something. Yes, young Master Guo is bringing me here to buy a big diamond ring. Unlike some people who were in a relationship for 2 years and never even gave me a ring. I just said softly, yes, I never gave you a big diamond ring. But the bag you're carrying right now is one that I gave you. It cost over 100,000 yuan. Li Aiwei's body trembled with anger. What are you talking about? I bought this bag myself. I just snorted. I didn't say anything else. Li Aiwei's parents were just fruit vendors. There was no way they could afford such an expensive bag. I didn't want to argue with her anymore. A good man doesn't argue with a woman. But Li Aiwei wasn't going to let me go. I'm not like some people who know their family is bankrupt, but still pretend to be rich. You want to buy a big diamond ring for our campus belle? Can you even afford it? Liu Yina couldn't hold back anymore. Miss Li, our business is none of your business. If you want to buy your big diamond ring, please go buy it. Don't get in our way. Get in your way? HMPH! Li Aiwei was even more smug. I wonder what big business you're doing here. Guo Ming stood by silently. He wanted to see what kind of trick I was up to. I pulled Liu Yina back because I didn't want my wife to get involved. Li Aiwei was targeting me. The general manager finally understood what was going on. It was an ex-girlfriend causing trouble. He immediately said to Li Aiwei, Miss, if you don't intend to spend money in our store, please leave. Don't disturb our important customer. Li Aiwei looked at him and said coldly, Who are you to kick out a customer? I apologize. I'm the general manager sent from the Diamond Family headquarters. I'm here to deliver goods to Mr. Ye. Li Aiwei and Guo Ming were a little surprised. They looked at the general manager safe on the counter.
Wait, why doesn't he respond yet?
Buy something? The general manager motioned to the security guards.
Wait, why hasn't he responded yet? Something's wrong.
Stay. Let them see. The general manager nodded. Since the big boss had spoken, he had nothing to say. He immediately told the security guards to back off. Li Aiwei sneered. I'd like to see what you bought that would make a general manager personally deliver it to you. She would never believe that I had the money to buy jewelry. I ignored them both. Quote, Manager, please open it. I'm in a hurry to get home to my kids. Everyone's eyes turned to the safe. I was also excited. This was a set of diamond jewelry worth almost 1 billion yuan. The general manager slowly put on his gloves and carefully opened the safe. He took out a square, crimson satin-covered box and put it in front of me, then lifted the lid. Inside was a dazzling, multicolored diamond necklace. The general manager began to explain. This entire set of diamonds was designed by the world-renowned jewelry designer, Mr. Anmundsen. The necklace is worth 360 million yuan. It's the most expensive necklace ever made so far. Before he could finish, Li Aiwei and the others, including Liu Yina, were all stunned. Oh my god, the single necklace costs 360 million! It's more expensive than all the jewelry here combined. Before anyone could recover, the general manager took out another box from the safe and opened it in front of us. This is the matching ring. The main diamond is a purple-pink diamond, weighing 16.3 carats. It's worth 240 million yuan, and is one of a kind in the world. Then he took out the matching earrings and bracelet, and opened them one by one, explaining the purity of each diamond. Finally, he said, this entire set of diamond jewelry is worth a total of 990 million yuan. Mr. Ye, please check it. He then picked up the necklace and handed it to me.
Behold, the Leaning Tower flavor.
Allergy's got you trying every trick. Zyrtec works fast and lasts 24 hours, so you can seize the day.
With a set of 4-inch claws, which, proving the effectiveness of a few inches, can crack through thick concrete.
What? No way cracks through concrete.
Slip through your flesh like butter and sever your femoral artery. Causing you to
What?
bleed out 2 minutes while the anteater watches you go meet your ancestors.
Oh my god, he literally killed that dude. Hey guys, welcome back. Got another reaction to shorts by More Pars. Let's see if Australia is still terrifying. So like the smash button and let's get into it.
This isn't a spider.
What?
It's a snake.
No.
It's the Iranian spider-tailed horned viper.
Iran?
As the name
Spider.
suggests, native to Iran. And you are all probably wondering why the fuck this snake has decided to attach a cosplay of the average Australian resident to it.
Oh my god, wait, what the frick? Is that a spider? Is that what like an Australian spider looks like? What the frick is this?
The answer is food. You see, every known snake species is a predator. Some eat Bambi, others eat Remy, and the spider tail, not unlike myself, absolutely fucking loves KFC. But the birds famously tend to fly. And last I checked, no probes don't have wings.
Yeah, like, I haven't heard of any snakes, like, eating birds. Like, what the frick is this?
So how does this viper get his cinder box? The answer is again, food. You see, birds eat insects, and the spider tail knows this. So rather than trying to chase his prey down, this lazy fucker has evolved the evolutionary equivalent of DoorDash. You see,
What?
when a viper feels like a meal, it'll start the hunt by finding a nice rocky outcrop to curl up on like a couch. And due to the camouflage on his scales, this snake becomes practically invisible.
Oh my god.
Once he's nice and cozy, he begins to slowly wiggle his tail back and forth in front of his face.
Oh my
perfectly
God.
mimicking the motion of an insect.
That's crazy.
This is him placing his Uber Eats order.
That's like actual footage of me placing my Uber Eats order.
Now, undercooked chicken tender is flying around when, holy shit, a free meal. What a delectable bug just sitting there on that rock. And so, Tweety Birdie swooped down to grab himself an insect happy meal. And just as he's about to reach his meal,
Shit, damn.
this spider can remove your
What?
dick.
Oh, wait, is that the Rivers of Blood katana? Wait, why does it have that?
Introducing the brown recluse, native to the United States of America.
Wait, that's in America? Shit.
Judge a book by its cover, because despite only coming in at a huge 2 centimeters in length,
Okay, at least it's like small. But that would freak me out too, because it kind of would look like a tick, and then I would just like freak out if I saw it.
the spider equivalent of default character customization, this little fucker is a level 500 rot build that gives Melania a run for her money.
No one gives Melania a run for her money. Radon found that out the hard way.
See, a fight from a recluse starts in the most American way possible. With you accidentally stepping foot onto his private property, causing him to exercise his Second Amendment rights. Considering Spider can't really hold a gun, he's going to settle on biting your ass.
Oh,
Now, that initial bite's pretty painless. You smack him away, all's well. There is just one small problem. Congratulations,
Venom?
you are now the proud owner of necrotic venom
Oh, no!
coursing through your veins.
oh wait, this is in the U.S.? What the?
Nothing. You walk back to your house, the bite starts to sting a little. You feel sick. The wound swells, and the blood vessels around the bite burst. Turn
Oh my-
deep red.
Oh no!
Over the next few days, that colour shifts. Red to purple to black.
What?
As the venom
What?
literally destroys and kills the
No.
surrounding tissue
Oh my
in
god.
a process
Oh
called
no,
necrosis.
you go at your own risk. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Oh god.
This causes the skin to literally rot and fall off of your body.
Oh my god.
That rot's gonna spread. If you're lucky, it'll only make you violently ill and leave permanent scarring. If you're unlucky, it just keeps spreading and venom starts to destroy your blood cells and shut your organs down. Now, there's kind of only one solution to that, but you weren't using that.
Oh my god. Terrified.
This bird can straight hit you with a Mortal Kombat fatality.
What?
Introducing the cassowary, a species of rackhide.
He's cute. He's like a little cutie. He's just like wants to see what you're doing. He's probably not gonna like peck you to death or anything.
Headed to the land down under. And for once, guys, it's not venomous. Can still flatline you though.
At least it's not gonna like slowly kill you and have your limbs like turn into blobs or whatever, or like fall off like that spider.
I'm gonna tell you how. You see, these neon chickens,
Chickens. That's a good name.
and you such.
Oh, he's kind of cute in like a very like scary and like ugly sort of way. It's like a defective cute.
Yeah, they're impressive size, coming in a solid 79 kilos and growing up to 6 feet tall, meaning the short kings in my audience could, in theory, mount these things like a chocobo. That's to stick out from emus. Well, you see, the cassowary is basically a spec ops emu, being twice the weight, highly territorial.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I think that's what he's saying in its native language.
And most importantly, coming with a combat knife
What?
strapped to their
What?
foot.
What?
That's right. This is a cassowary claw, and it's the reason they can hit you with a fighting game finisher. You see, these claws are a full 5 inches long. You know what I mean? Honestly, 5 inches, way too big for anything, and especially for something that's going inside me. And if you have this whole turkey, that is exactly what you're going to get.
That claw's 5 inches. It's like sharp AF.
As their go-to defense method is to kick you square in the gut with that kitchen knife and attempt to disembowel you. I mean, if a kick doesn't put your insides on the outsides, that kick is still going to send you flying, which can cause some fairly major problems. Problems like the incident that occurred in 2012, where I you not, a cassowary ran up behind a random tourist, hit the heavy attack button,
What?
and kicked the guy down a small cliff into the ocean.
No. A cliff into the ocean? No. It's that strong?
Oh, luckily he survived.
Oh, good. I thought he surely died.
I live in a country where at any point I can be hit with a sneak attack by a kaiju turkey. It's f***ing terrifying.
That's dumb. Like, I don't know how Australians deal with this shit. Like, I would, like, never leave my house if I lived in Australia. And there were some comments from the last War Pars video. Someone was like, yeah, there's some kangaroos outside my house all the time. I'm like, what?
Stepping on this rock could straight up paralyze you.
No. Oh my god. New fear unlocked. Can't step on anything ever.
That's because this isn't actually a rock. That is a stonefish. A species
Oh my
of...
god, I should have seen this on some kind of like National Geographic or I don't even know show like years ago, and I was like fucking terrified, and now I have like PTSD from it again.
What a menace native to Australia. And coming as a surprise to absolutely no one, it is also the most venomous fish in the ocean. Because of course it is.
Wait,
As
it
if
is?
snakes and spiders weren't enough, now
Oh
it gets
my
picked up by a pet rock. But why is this Pokemon reject such a threat to my mental health? We see stonefish use their special venom for defense. However, unlike most other animals that do this, this little doesn't have the decency to dress like a neon sign to warn you. No.
Oh,
This
no.
bastard is a 6th prestige prop hunt veteran, having evolved some of the most impressive camouflage in the animal kingdom to make hunting easier. And
Oh
once
my
they've set
god,
themselves
he was so quick. He was just like boop, boop, like nothing for him.
basically indistinguishable from Patrick Starr's house. This is a fairly major problem as they love to live in the shallows on the beach, and that venom we talked about earlier is stored in these 13 giant, highly toxic spines that deliver venom when pressed on.
Oh no! Oh my god, that's so gross.
Considering it's hard enough to spot these things while you're paying attention, if you were, say, on a romantic walk along the beach as one of the homies, and while the
With one of the homies, like you and the homies on a romantic walk on the beach. Okay.
distracted by his ethereal beauty,
Just one of the homies selfies, though.
You to place your foot in the wrong spot and slip directly onto 13 hypodermic needles, which would then deliver a ginormous dose of neurotoxin straight into your system. Oh, you thought it was normal, but no. You see, these things maxed out the toxin skill tree, producing a mixture of 2 neurotoxins that can flatline you by collapsing behind the lungs in under an hour. And even if you survive, the sting still causes...
I'm never going in the ocean again, but I think this is only in Australia, hopefully, so maybe I still need to just avoid Australia as a place that I have to go to.
Pain, swelling, and tissue necrosis.
Don't worry, I'm not going to look that shit up.
Crocodiles are just dinosaurs that forgot to go extinct.
Like, for real, though, like, they look prehistoric as...
I am dead serious, and I cannot think of a croc species to better make my point than the saltwater crocodile, a species native to the land down under.
I feel like crocodiles are the quintessential Australian animal, but maybe that's because of, like, the crocodile hunter.
Shocking absolutely no one. Yes, you can and will.
Jip peanut It's that jipping girl. You dress up like a squirrel for it.
Is working hard to manage migraine one big nope? It may be time to say yeah to Vyepti. Vyepti is an IV infusion that helps prevent migraine attacks. Chronic migraine patients have 23 fewer migraine days on average per treatment, and it's just 4 30-minute IV treatments a year. Don't take it if allergic to Vyepti. Common side effects are allergic reactions, stuffy nose, and scratchy throat. Allergic reactions include rash, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, or throat, trouble breathing, hives, and redness of the face. Ask your neurologist about Vyepti.
CLA, CPAs, consultants, and wealth advisors. We'll get you there.
I've been up all night. Sleep regression is hard.
Oh no.
Sleep through great. Dad and I made a counteroffer on a home. We were up all night plotting with our agent. I know, it's exciting. Exactly.
Eat you. With the whole forgetting to go extinct thing, the salty stat spread just feels like something that should have been patched out with the rest of Jurassic Park, starting with their ridiculous size.
Oh my god.
You see, salties are the largest reptile.
That was fucking huge.
Coming in at a total of 6 meters long with a maximum weight of 1,100 kilos.
Holy shit, how big is that one? 19-foot long crocodile? No, this is ridiculous. And this dude is just like in the enclosure with the crocodile, like, yeah, like this is a normal fucking Tuesday. What is wrong with these people?
Which makes this murder lizard genuinely longer than my fucking car.
Is that like him with a crocodile? I don't know, maybe he kind of looks like he photoshopped that.
That part is that despite being longer than my ute, they are for some reason absolute masters of killing.
Oh, that is a sneaky bastard right there.
See, crocs are ambush predators, which is a scientific way of saying they are dirty campers. See, they've got 2 raised eyes that sit on the top of their heads, which means they can submerge their Ford Falcon-sized frame basically entirely under the water without sacrificing the ability to spot whatever they are looking to turn into a Happy Meal. And from your perspective as the Happy Meal, they are really difficult to see, which makes it very easy to walk just a little too close and get bitten in half by that hydraulic press that they call the metal.
Oh my god.
That's right, just like in Canberra, these scaly arseholes are packing a one-shot in the form of one of the highest fight forces of any animal on the fucking planet, having been recorded putting out a maximum of 3,700 psi of force through their jaws. To put that into context, your skull will track at 1,100 psi, so a croc would pop your head like a watermill. And if you don't immediately get folded by the first bite, those jaws will latch onto you as the croc begins a death roll, spinning its ton of body weight like a washing machine until whatever part of you it has decided to eat snaps off and is added to its protein goals. But the best thing about the crocodile is their build is so good. They have genuinely been around with very little evolutionary change for 65 million years.
They've been around for that long. This is literally the definition of if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Which means I grew up watching Steve Irwin wrestle dinosaurs for
Yeah,
fun.
me too.
Rest in peace, you absolute legend.
Yeah.
This bear was actually a soldier.
What?
But how? You see, it was 1942.
Wait, battle bears were like a real thing? It's not just something in Total Warhammer 3?
The 22nd Polish Artillery Company were passing through the mountains of Iran on their way to the front lines to fight the Nazis. While passing through a town on their way, they were stopped by a young Iranian shepherd looking to trade with them for rations and a Swiss Army knife. When the Poles asked what he had to offer in return, the young shepherd produced a burlap sack containing an orphan Syrian brown bear cub. You see, this bear's mother was shot by hunters, which is how he ended up in a low-tech Pokeball being offered as...
it's so cute.
The Polish looked at the bear and, clearly seeing the potential for insane dad law, said, damn good deal. And the most worthwhile trade deal in history, parted ways with their supplies in exchange for a Pokemon, adopting him into their ranks and naming him Wojtek. And the 22nd immediately set about raising this little man as a proper bear and soldier. As a baby, they would feed him condensed milk out of an empty vodka bottle.
Oh my god, wait, is that a real picture? Oh my god, it's so cute.
As well as feeding him on the cartoon bear diet, consisting of...
I'm like, yeah, no, I definitely need like a better build for like boss grinding, because it's either that or I need to level up my shadows, which I'm pretty sure it's my shadows that need to be leveled up.
While not undergoing rigorous military training, Wojtek would hang out with the soldiers. He drank coffee with them,
Wait, they gave him coffee? No.
trained with them in the day,
I like how giving the bear coffee is the most, like, mind-blowing thing to me of this whole story.
and when they all got faced in the evening, he would wrestle with them. You know how much a brown bear has to love you to wrestle you?
Yeah, like, black bears, I think, like, if you were to wrestle one, like, they're a lot smaller and, like, maybe you would survive, but you're gonna wrestle a fucking brown bear when you're drunk? What?
On top of double rations, they would also feed Wojtek treats in the form of beer and cigarettes. They let the bear have smoko.
I'm shocked that they would let it smoke cigarettes.
Heard about this and were having absolutely none of it. You see, pets were not allowed in the army, which meant Wojtek had to go.
No!
Or did he?
No!
Because the 22nd Artillery Company officially enlisted him.
I'm doing my part. Oh, that's good. I'm glad they got to keep you around.
Wojtek was given a serial number and granted the rank of private. So when confronted about the very conspicuous bear in their ranks, they simply went, that's not a bear, that's Private Wojtek.
I love that.
Wojtek took his new role very seriously, as during the Battle of Monte Cassino in 1944, Wojtek began using his bulk to transport artillery shells and ammo to soldiers engaged in combat.
Oh my god.
They had a
This is
big
amazing.
resupply bear. For his bravery, he was promoted to the rank of corporal, and the 22nd changed their insignia to a bear carrying an artillery shell.
That's
This
insane.
absolute unit smoked, drank, and dropped artillery on the Nazis. Base,
Base is right.
if you see this thing T-pose, run.
In T-pose.
Introducing the Anteater, a goofy little creature native to
Oh,
Brazil in 20...
It's like even goofier when it's T-posing too.
Why the absolute state of this bad boy is a frontier help? You're going to have to understand a little about his lifestyle first. Now listen, I know this may come as a shock to you, but the Anteater eats eggs.
That's holy shit.
40 kilos and 1.8 meters in length. It needs to consume upwards of 40,000 ants per
Oh
day.
my god, just thinking 40,000 ants. Ew.
In order to help him hit his bulking goals, the Anteater has a mystery mouse cocoon stored inside that XL sniffer. A 60 centimeter long tongue.
That tongue is insane. I did not know they had a 2-foot long tongue.
The scientists snake its way down an ant
Oh
colony
god,
network,
this is so gross.
shift their living room, and numb the entire cast of Bugs Life and convert them into a high-calorie meal. However, what that tongue do only goes so far, as an ant colony can extend up to 4 meters underground,
What?
and termites live in high-rise.
Oh my
Big
god.
airport here is going to have to do a little excavation to get to the goods. But last I checked, an ant turns out in Bunnings to buy a shovel. So how does he dig? Well, that's simple. With the combat knives he has for claws.
Another animal with combat knives and claws.
With a set of 4-inch claws, which, proving the effectiveness of a few inches, can crack through thin concrete.
What? No way cracks the concrete.
Now, these work great for digging, but they are also more than capable of flatlining you. When threatened, the anteater will rear up into a defensive T-pose. This is your sign, if you are smart, to turn around and all the way off.
Yes.
If, however, say, some dumbass trophy hunter who really felt the need to try and stab an animal for
This happened?
no reason other than
Oh my god.
the anteater will swipe at you with those claws, which are at the
Oh my god, someone just tried to stab an anteater for no reason, but I don't know. He got what it was coming to him, getting clawed.
to nail you in a pie. Slip through your flesh like butter and sever your femoral artery. Causing you to
What?
bleed out 2 minutes while the anteater watches you go.
Go meet your
Oh my
ancestors.
god, he literally killed that dude.
Can you imagine having to explain
Oh
to your
my
ancestors
God.
who felled woolly mammoths? You got your packed up by the most unserious creature on the planet hitting a T-pose.
Oh my god. Dominance asserted for real.
Platypus are weird.
They are really weird, to be honest, because it's kind of like a giant rat, but it's also a duck, and it has like paws, and it looks like really smug. Like, what's going on here?
And just how fucking weird. So everyone knows the basics. They lay eggs, they sweat milk, and they look like God hit randomised
Wait, they sweat milk? I didn't know that. That's even weirder. Ew, what?
Poor creature creator and just called it a day. But you see, mate, that's barely even scratching the surface of weird platypus features. First up, as is the qualifier for any Australian animal, did you know they're venomous?
Wait, they have venom too? No. Australia is the country of no.
You heard me correctly. Male platypus actually have venomous spurs on their hind legs. These spurs are multi-purpose, acting as defense from predators, as well as a tool for throwing hands with other male platypus during mating season. And while their venom is non-lethal, that doesn't mean that getting stung by them doesn't fucking suck.
I bet it
Platypus
does.
venom can cause extreme pain and swelling, and to ensure you remember not to fuck with them again, these effects can last for several months and have no treatment or end.
Months?
So if Harry stabs your shit, your only option is to cry about it. Next on the list of offensive capabilities, I shit you not, platypus share the same hunting method as sharks. You see, that big-ass bill isn't just for show, as it contains enough surveillance equipment to make the CIA blush, possessing the ability to sense changes in pressure in the water, but most importantly, containing electroreceptors that track electrical signals from muscle contractions made by their prey.